3 U.S. governors canceled agreements to send National Guard members and equipment to the nation's border with Mexico, a rebuke intended to protest the Trump administration's policy of separating children from their parents when the families arrive at the southern boundary as undocumented immigrants. Govs. Jen Hickenlooper, D. Colo, Charlie Baker, Armas, and Andrew Cuomo, DNY, issued orders Monday barring their respective states from sending resources to the border. The move nullifies earlier agreements the states had with the federal government, reached after President Donald Trump signed a proclamation in April ordering National Guard troops to help protect the border with Mexico. Prior to today's announcement, Massachusetts intended to send a U-72 Lakota helicopter and flight crew to the border for duty through September, reports WBUR. That's since been cancelled, over what Baker's communications director Lizzie Guyton characterized as the federal government's inhumane treatment of children. It's unclear what resources, if any, Colorado and New York had committed to the effort, meaning the governor's gesture is mostly symbolic at this point. Hickenlooper did previously say he'd consider sending troops to the border if the federal government asked for them. U.S. Border Patrol agents take a father and son from Honduras into custody near the U.S.-Mexico border on June 12 near Mission, Texas. The asylum seekers were then sent to a U.S. Customs and Border Protection processing center for possible separation. At a Monday afternoon press conference, Hickenlooper said he wasn't aware of any state resources being used to separate immigrant families, but his executive order is a rebuke nonetheless. "I think it's fair to say it's a rebuke," Hickenlooper said, "but it's also just saying, it's not going to happen in our backyard. We are very clear that this is not something that is acceptable. It's hard for me to imagine that this is happening in the United States of America at the scale it is, at any scale." In an emailed statement, Cuomo's office called the Trump administration's policies a moral outrage and an affront to the values that built this state and this nation. From April 19 through May 31, border officials forcibly separated nearly 2,000 immigrant children from their parents or guardians, a policy Attorney General Jeff Sessions has defended by citing the Bible. Related, Sarah Huckabee Sanders cites Bible as reason to detain immigrant children. The courthouse door is shut to immigrant children who need lawyers. We are all immigrants. Download. Do you have information you want to share with HuffPost? Here's how.